Right, it's taken about a week, but the garage is now finished. I've still got some rearranging to do with all the parts and bits and pieces that I have in there. They've all literally just been shoved up onto the shelves to get them out of the way while I've been working. And although it may still look a bit cramped in the garage, it is after all just a normal single garage. I can tell you without a doubt that it is much less cramped in there than it was before. It's not perfect, nothing ever is, but I think it's about as good as I'm possibly going to get with the working space that I've got to work with. Now today I'm quickly going to go through the assembly of the Storalex SX400 shelving bay that I've got at the back of the garage, the blue and orange one. I've also now got the workbench in, which is of the same type. I have to admit I hadn't quite anticipated the size of this workbench. It does seem absolutely enormous, but one thing that I do need is a workbench. I've got some projects coming up where I am going to need a decent bench. The bikes all still fit in there pretty much as they did prior to me putting the bench in. And of course the space underneath the bench isn't totally wasted because I can store things under there. The great thing about it is that it does still give me access to that entire Storalex SX400 shelving unit. It hasn't really compromised that, despite the fact that it's actually butted right up against it. Now you might have noticed that there are a number of clear plastic boxes. These were also acquired from Tufferman. Each one has a 30 litre capacity, and these are perfect for storing accessories and parts that have been removed from the bike, stuff like indicators, mirrors, you name it, they will hold it, all except for the really large parts obviously. Now I had got in a bit of a mess before because parts have been spread about all over the place, you know, just shoved wherever there was space for them, and I was starting to get worried that the parts were actually getting mixed up from the different bikes. These boxes are going to enable me to keep all the parts in one place for safekeeping, and I will eventually get these boxes labelled up. Obviously I don't just use them for that. They're great for keeping tools and all sorts of other materials safe and away from the damp. Less than £50 for 15 of them. Now I haven't in the past looked at these type of boxes in various hardware stores and DIY stores, and you're generally looking at between £5 and £7 each, so I think that's a really good deal. And of course the great thing about them is that they are clear, so you can just tell at a glance what's actually inside them. Right, so the Storalex SX400 shelving unit. This particular one is just under 2 meters long with a shelf depth of about 45 centimeters. And it has a total storage capacity of 400 kilograms. So this is going to be great for storing the really heavy items, liquids, cans of oil, aerosols, that kind of thing. Although to be honest, the units that I showed you on Wednesday are perfectly capable of holding that kind of thing anyway. A few people have mentioned about securing these shelves to the wall. Very sound advice that I agree with. Unfortunately, this is a prefabricated concrete garage, and I think it's about 40 or 50 years old. The problem being that if you try to drill into this stuff, it doesn't take very kindly to it. So that's not going to be possible. I think a bit of common sense in a situation like this. Keep all your heavy items on the bottom shelves and only store lighter items the higher up you go. Make sure that it is firm and stable and that it's not wobbling or likely to fall over of its own accord. And of course, don't climb on the units and use it as a ladder. I can reach to the top of all these without any problems. Now in general, the metal on this particular unit is much heavier duty than the units that I put up on Wednesday. The metal is literally 2 or 3 times the thickness of those units. And in saying that, I think it would probably be sensible to have someone helping you put this together, because it can be quite unwieldy compared to the lightweight components of the original Storalex that I showed you. For the most part, again, it is boltless and it fixes together in a very similar way to the other Storalex units. It just uses a very slightly different method. Now basically you have 2 male parts on the end of all your supports and cross members. For want of a better word, these are a sort of a hooked rivet shape. Now on your legs you have these sort of keyhole shaped holes, and you insert the rivets into the widest part, the circular part of the key shaped hole, and then tap the whole piece downwards, which basically wedges it into the narrower shape of the keyhole. It does require a bit more effort to do this than on the previous units, and for that purpose Tufferman do supply these kits with a heavier duty rubber mallet. Now your legs are all one piece, there's no need to assemble these, but the first thing that you do need to do obviously is put the feet on. Then when you've done that, you take the first of your cross members, your side cross members, and you fasten that into the bottom of the legs. You then decide where your shelves are going to be, and you work your way up the legs with those side cross members, fastening them all in place so that what you have at the end of it is a sort of a ladder affair. Obviously take care to make sure that you put these cross members in at the right intervals. You don't want your shelves to end up wonky, and in any case it would cause you problems with actually fastening your main cross members in place. Once you've done that, it's then time to put your front and rear cross members in place. Again, these fastening in exactly the same way. You're almost certainly going to need someone to assist you with the first one. After that it gets a bit easier. Once your first two are in place, it's time to put in your central shelf support. Again, it's the same sort of fastening, and you simply insert it in between the two beams and knock it down until the top of it is flush with the top of your two cross members. You then gradually work your way up, repeating that process until you reach the top of the legs. Now in my case, these legs reached just about up to the ceiling of the garage, which meant I wouldn't have been able to use the top shelf. So I dropped it down a few levels just to give me a little bit of storage space on the top, and it all seemed to have worked out rather well. Now the shelves themselves are chipboard. Again, you just put them in the same way as you did the other shelving units, and they are just held in place by the corner angles of the legs. Now the workbench is virtually the same construction, so I'm not going to go into that. In both cases, these are very heavy duty commercial grade racking. It is immensely strong, and it's easily going to be able to cope with anything that I can throw at it. I'm really pleased with the choices that I've made here. It's going to make a big difference to the way that I work in the garage, and hopefully that'll reflect in the quality of future video productions. As it stands at the moment, the gear that I have only occupies about half of the total storage that I have, so I'm well future-proofed in that respect. I will of course leave a link to Tufferman's web pages for all the items that we've looked at today, and once again I would like to thank you for watching this video. Well, not just this video, but all the videos during the course of 2018. It has been a great year for me. Now, this is the last video of 2018. I'm going to take a little break now. The next video will be 2 weeks from today. The main reason being that each video takes about 2 days to make and produce, so I'll probably start filming the day after New Year's Day. Once again, to all of you, thanks for your support over the last year. I'll see you next year. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So until 2019, have a very Merry Christmas, a great New Year, ride safely, and I'll see you soon.